full gear and that lets you save.
Who cares?
True Form Life.
Green lookum.
Welcome to Exploring Mind and Body with Drew Tadia. Drew is an expert in nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, and more. And he wants to help you live a healthier, longer, and more active life. Now here's your host, Drew Tadia.
Welcome to another edition of nationally syndicated Exploring Mind and Body. As always, I'm your host, Drew Tadia. Thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of our True Form Life community, whether you're listening on terrestrial radio or as a podcast around the world. We certainly wouldn't be here without you. Today, I'm bringing on Dorothy Keith, and who better to bring on than a former teacher to talk about back to school preparation. I want to give you a moment to picture this. Picture not being prepared at all. And it's the night before school, and you have a whole bunch of things to do. You have meal prep, you have to get the kids ready, you have to get ready for work yourself, and what are you going to do? We're going to help you prevent all of that panic and madness on this show. So sit back and enjoy. We got all that coming up on...
This is Exploring Mind and Body. Naturally improve your lifestyle one show at a time with your host, Drew Tadia.
All right, welcome back to another edition of nationally syndicated Exploring Mind and Body. We have no other than the Dorothy Keith.
Hi, Drew. Thanks for having me on.
It's our pleasure. Dorothy, you have dealt with a whole lot of back to school business.
Yes, I have, Drew. So I was a teacher for 10 years in elementary, so I know all about back to school and the stresses that come along with it.
And so I gotta say, there's all kinds of people panicking. They're not really sure where to go, what to do. It's go time. It's time to take kids back to school. It's time to make it happen. And there's gonna be so many people unprepared. What does that feel like? Do you know? I know you're a planner. You're a prepper.
I'm a planner and a prepper. But I think what stalls us or makes us get behind is that we, as women, take care of everybody else first before ourselves. So we're busy getting our kids ready for back to school. We're busy scheduling their things, getting their back to school clothes, and making sure they have their nutrition, like their lunch and everything. And if we're a teacher on top of that, then we have our classroom kids to make sure that is ready for the first day of school. All of the coat hanger tags and all of the desk tags and all the supplies, and the classroom has to be just so perfect for the first day. And what happens is we get to the night before school and we haven't taken care of ourselves in most cases.
Yeah, and that's got to be a feeling. I mean, we all know what it feels like when you wake up late and you sleep in and maybe the alarm clock doesn't go off, or maybe it does go off and you hit the snooze button a few too many times. It feels really, really bad. Who wants to start behind their day? And I feel like if we haven't prepped or we haven't been doing the things that we need to do to get ready, then we're kind of behind already. There's a lot of things that we can do to get ahead of the curve here and pay attention to what's happening in our daily lives.
And it all starts, Drew, with putting yourself first. And it's super hard for a lot of people. They feel selfish for putting their needs before the needs of their kids, before the needs of their husband, before the needs of their students. But that's really where you're going to find success, is putting yourself first, making sure that you're taken care of, because then if you make sure you're taken care of first, you're going to have so much more to give to others, like your students, like your own children and your spouse.
Yeah, without question. So I think it starts with coming up with a plan. So maybe it's a plan for the whole family, which includes your spouse, which includes your children, which includes yourself, obviously. It'd be difficult to come up with a plan without including yourself.
That's right.
But I think it happens. I'd imagine, let's say it's a mother figure. That's an easy one because they're usually the caregivers. And they make a plan for the kids, maybe the spouse, and then they're left with nothing to do or no real prep themselves. So I think if we come up with a plan, everyone needs to be involved, especially ourselves.
Yeah, so what would you suggest, Drew, for making up a plan?
Yeah, I think I would bring the whole family together. That's an easy one. Bring the whole family together. I think that including the children and asking them how they can help, and getting them involved in meal planning, or how it's going to be for them during school sports or school activities. Or when I mean activities, it doesn't have to be just sports. It could be drama class. It could be
music lessons.
Yeah. So, and there's a lot of different things that goes on in regular day-to-day lives. So if we bring the whole family together, and it doesn't matter how young they are, for the most part, would you give I'd imagine you let your grade 1 students have an opinion as well?
Of course. Yeah. I think sometimes when kids are little, we often, as adults, take control over the decisions, but they're very capable of helping out, lending a hand, offering suggestions, and helping make some of those decisions along with you.
Yeah, so that's something I would do, is bring the family together and let the grade 1 students or children give them a chance to share their opinion. And then hopefully our spouse, if there's a spouse, maybe there's not, some type of partner to help make decisions and talk about what's the best way to move forward so everyone feels prepared. And then, of course, you yourself, maybe as the main caregiver, has to say, try to put yourself first as well, or put yourself at least in the equation and say, I'm going to work out after or right before I pick you guys up from school, so I'm going to be there a little bit later. Or I'm going to work out first thing in the morning, so you guys are going to have to help prep your meal or prep your shoes or bags or whatever. So everyone's contributing and being a part of the family.
Yeah, it definitely comes down to planning. And in our monthly membership, when things kind of go sideways, we always ask, for some people, if things aren't going so well, we ask, well, what's different? What changed? And 9 times out of 10, our members will say, well, I didn't do my prep this week. So we know how important preparation and planning is to your success. And when we're talking here on the show about preparation and planning, we're talking about meal planning. We're talking about a workout routine. Those things that is going to keep you on a healthy track.
True Form Life.
Before we get into the show, I just want to mention Complete Truth Protein. This is a plant-based protein supplement that we've designed ourselves at True Form. And the reason I designed it is because I felt like there was a need in the industry. Now, when I was traveling around the world, and I literally had a tackle box full of supplements and products and vitamins that did a whole lot more damage than good. So when I started doing more personal training and fitness classes, people would ask me what types of supplements I would recommend. And I always say, eat food. So that's why I've designed Complete Truth Protein around food. It's made with quinoa and hemp seeds. And one of the main benefits that it offers is improved digestion. So many of us deal with digestion issues on a regular basis. It also gives you a natural boost of energy. So if you head over to trueformlife.com/complete truth protein, we have tons of more details, videos, recipes, and everything you need to get going in the right direction with a good quality protein supplement. trueformlife.com/complete truth protein.
True Form Life.
Yeah, and I think if you're not, maybe you're not in a position to hire someone, like maybe we're not in a position to hire a professional one-on-one, but there's a lot of things that we can do to save, I suppose. Like if you're involved in a supportive group, for example, many times if it's not one-on-one, it's a group atmosphere, the price is less, like our membership, for example. But you don't always have to pay the most expensive price out there. You can go online and you can find lots of meal plans. You can find workout routines. What you need to do is sit down and write them out, make time to do that. Otherwise, we're going to get caught behind. And like I said, we really encourage finding a professional that knows what they're doing, that can put together a proper workout plan or put together a proper meal plan, and then it's all done for you. It's so easy. All you have to do is follow it. You don't have the time to make it. You don't have to make the time to make it yourself.
That's right. But on the flip side, like you were saying, Drew, that if that's not available to you to have a professional do it, you can do it yourself. But I think a lot of times when we are doing it ourselves, we put too much pressure on ourselves to make it fancy, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be a little note jotted on the fridge of suppers for that week. It can be in your scribbler or on a whiteboard on your kitchen or in your kitchen. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. just something so when you get home from school, for example, or work, you know what's for supper. The kids know what's for supper. They can help you. You can give them little tasks, when you get home from school, pull out the veggies or, just little things so everybody is contributing.
Yeah, and I think it's important to take it one step at a time. For us, we try to jump in with 2 feet in September, January, whatever month it is. We usually jump in with 2 feet. Here it comes. I'm going to do all the meal planning. I'm going to get a personal trainer and then do fitness classes. And then I'm going to join a cooking classes as well. And then after 2 weeks, you fall off because it's way too much.
Yeah, it's that all or nothing kind of syndrome, as we would call it. A lot of people tell us, well, I'm an all or nothing kind of person. And we usually look at them and say, oh, yeah, how's that working out for you?
Yeah, not very well, obviously. Otherwise, they wouldn't be coming and talking to us. But most people know that we teach healthy lifestyle, which are sustainable changes to improve your health one day at a time, one step at a time, instead of jumping in with 2 feet. And many times we have those people that are looking for quick detoxes or fasts or week cleanses, whatever it is. And they clearly don't work, because if they worked, everyone would be doing them and everyone would be finding success with them. Unfortunately, most times people try a bunch of those yo-yo dieters and then they come and say, what can I do? Because this obviously isn't working for me.
Mm-hmm. And another tip we have here is to let go of the guilt. So just because we have a plan doesn't mean that it's going to go perfectly. There are going to be bumps in the road. There are going to be some days that are better than others. But just because we reach one of those points doesn't mean that we just let go of everything, or doesn't mean that we should get upset or mad at ourselves because it didn't go 100%.
Something I wanted to mention, Dorothy, maybe we can take a step back, and I would like to talk about how to plan a proper fitness routine. Maybe you could talk about how to plan a proper meal prep so they can get their week ready in advance.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, what do you got?
Oh, you want me to start? I believe he said he was going to start first with the fitness, but that's okay. I can start with meal planning.
All right.
No, that's all right. I'll go. Meal planning 101. Here we go. It's important to break down meal planning into different steps. A lot of times it's Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, and the weekend's coming to end, and we have to do all our meal planning in 1 or 2 hours. We have to create the meal plan or read the meal plan if we're having a professional do it. We have to get the groceries. We have to do the prep work, because with a meal plan, there's going to be prep work. That is way too many steps for a couple of hours, and we're going to become overwhelmed, and soon we will just ditch the whole meal planning idea because it's going to be stressful for us. So to be successful with a meal plan, we've got to break it down into steps. So how we do it in our monthly membership is we read the meal plan, because the meal plan's provided in our monthly membership. We read the meal plan on Friday. So Friday, meal plan's released, and then we read it. If you are not having a professional create your meal plan, then you create your meal plan on a Friday. Then the next day, on the Saturday, you're going to get your groceries. So in our monthly membership meal plans, the grocery list is already done. So you just print that sheet off and go to the grocery store. But if you're doing your own, make sure you make a list before you go to the grocery store. So do your meal plan on the Friday. On the Saturday, make yourself a grocery list and go get your groceries. Then on the Sunday, you're going to set aside an hour or two sometimes to get your prep done. Chop your veggies, bake your muffins or your healthy cookies, and really make sure that everything is set out for the week. So that's how you set yourself up for success to really get the most out of a meal plan.
And one of the things that you didn't mention is putting the week in advance up on a fridge. Now, that's something that you create for our members, but if that's not something that someone's creating for you, listeners, then why don't you explain what a week at a glance is?
Sure. So a week at a glance is basically a schedule of what's for dinner. In our monthly membership meal plans, we have breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and then supper snack. And all of those are listed from Monday to Sunday in a nice little chart so that, if you come home from work, okay, Monday supper is chicken, wild rice, and broccoli, for example, and you get started right away. It's one less decision that you have to make in the day, because at our jobs, or if we're home with the kids, or wherever we are throughout the day, we're making a ton of decisions. So this is one less decision that you have to make.
True Form Life.
Just want to take a minute to mention Complete Truth Protein again. This is a protein supplement that we designed at True Form. We believe in food. We believe food heals, cures, and prevents. That's why this product is much different than your conventional types of products. Unfortunately, packed with chemicals, preservatives, toxins that our body doesn't know how to utilize, digest, and absorb. So that's why Complete Truth Protein can help improve your digestion and will offer a natural boost of energy. You can find more details at trueformlife.com/complete truth protein.
True Form Life.
Well, you know what's great about that is when the spouse or the kids are not really sure what's going on for dinner, they're not calling you or texting you or bothering you and saying, "Mom, I don't know what is going on. Like, what's for dinner? What are we gonna eat? I'm starving." And you say, "Look on the fridge and pull it out from the fridge if it's already created or prepared, or start preparing it yourself."
And another thing with meal planning that I wanted to mention is not to make it complicated. In our meal plans, and I would suggest if you're making your own to do the same, we cook supper, at supper time, we cook double the food so that the next day for lunch, you have leftovers. So you're doing the work for 2 meals. Instead of cooking lunch and supper, you're cooking one time for both meals throughout the week.
And the other thing is that we every single morning isn't a different breakfast. You don't have to always come up with a brand new breakfast. I mean, you don't always need to go grab Cheerios, hopefully. You're not having Cheerios every morning. But we're not going to have granola, for example, every single morning. And on the flip side, we're not going to have a different meal 7 days a week. That's far too much to try to keep up with.
So we do want to keep variety in our diet. That's why Drew said, I hope you're not having Cheerios every morning. But you do want to keep a little bit of variety to keep your metabolism running and burning efficiently. But what I would suggest is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, have the same breakfast. So granola, for example. Tuesday, Thursdays, have something different. Maybe a couple of eggs and a piece of toast. And then on the weekends, you can mix it up and get a little bit more creative, maybe with a breakfast scramble, or maybe with pancakes, healthy CTP pancakes.
I love pancakes.
Or maybe with something a little bit more time consuming, but a special breakfast, as Drew and I would call it.
Well, I think you need something to look forward to. And that really brightens my day, because I know I'm looking forward to something on the weekend. Our days are very similar. It could be a Wednesday or it could be a Sunday. Our days don't change a whole lot because we're always working from home. So when I know it's Saturday morning and most people are sleeping, and I know that we're going to have something a bit different, maybe it's a long week, and Thursday, Friday's coming up, and I'm just kind of struggling to get through the week. I know I have something to look forward to. So not only does it help nutritionally, but it helps mentally as well.
That's right.
Okay, so I'm going to go over a few tips on how you can design your own workout plan. Now, we strongly believe in full body workouts. Full body workouts, functional movements, so you're using your whole body. When I say functional movements, these are movements that you're going to be doing throughout the day, which are going to transition into helping you get around in your lifestyle.
Yeah, just understand that most of us, we're not bodybuilders. And we're not saying that we have anything against lifting weights or anything. We are just saying we want the exercises to be functional and useful for you.
That's right. So most of the time, you're not going to stand there and do a bicep curl. It's not going to do much for you besides help you do bicep curls.
Make your biceps bigger.
Yeah, and like Dorothy's saying, most of us aren't going to compete in any kind of fitness or bodybuilding competition, so we don't have to work out that way anymore unless that's your goal, unless you want to look like a bodybuilder.
Our goal here is to give you more energy, to gain confidence, and to be able to move your body more efficiently.
Yeah, you know what? One of the things that's always interesting to me is that if you were to do one thing in the morning, like besides deep breathing exercises, I mean more like mobility type of stuff, like using a roller or stretching, our entire day would be so much easier.
I can't stress enough how important stretching is because it's helped me so much. Most of you know, or some of you may not know, that I'm a big runner. That's kind of my jam. So I didn't know how important stretching was for my recovery or just my everyday movement until I started doing it every day.
Yeah, without question. And I think that it's just starting to stretch and feeling better and being able to move throughout the day is such a big advantage just day to day for everyday people. And that's what we are. We like to stretch and feel good and move our muscles. Like our muscles are so used to being stagnant and sitting in front of a computer or standing. Who knows what we're doing? Standing in front of a desk all day. Maybe you're doing customer service at a hotel. Who knows? But if you're stretching in the morning and maybe in the evening, it's going to make everything so much easier.
So, Drew, if we don't have somebody to plan our workouts for us, then how would you suggest going about creating your own workout routine?
Yeah. I think you're trying to say regiment.
Maybe I was.
So there's not I should say there's not a whole lot to it. I mean, many of us can design our own programs. It's very difficult to design our own customized programs if we don't have the experience. And I say it's pretty easy, but I've been doing it for 10 years. So it's not, when we look at the way we structure our programs, we look at full body movements, functional, and we hit every part of the body in each workout. So when I say each workout, I'm talking about using our lower body, upper body, and core. That's how we design our workout. So let's say we put together a push-up, a sit-up, and a squat. Those are 3 different exercises. They're all functional movements. They all use different types of exercise. They all use different types of muscles with each movement and with each exercise, which makes them multifunctional. Look out, I'm using big words here.
Oh, watch out.
True Form Life.
I just want to mention Complete Truth Protein here once again before I let you go. This is a protein supplement we designed ourselves, made with quinoa and hemp seeds, also maca and stevia. We have 2 different types of products. They both have tons of health benefits. You can bake the original bag you can bake with. It's perfect for gluten-free flour. If you're celiac or gluten intolerant, we have tons of recipes on trueformlife.com, which include raw protein balls. People absolutely love these ones. We have pancakes, cookies, muffins, all healthy, all clean ingredients. Dorothy puts these together for us on a weekly basis. So if you head over to trueformlife.com, head over to the recipe section. We have all kinds of recipes on how you can use Complete Truth Protein. It's also a vegan and raw product. So if you have any intolerances or if you have any issues with digestion, this will definitely help you out. Once again, that's trueformlife.com/complete truth protein.
True Form Life.
So for us, we put these 3 together. So push-up, sit-up, squats. Let's say that's our first round. That's usually like a warm-up round, for example. And we do 3 sets of those, which means we do them 3 times. And then on top of that, we do 12 to 15 reps. That's usually our rep range for lean muscles instead of smaller, bulky type of muscles that you would see from a gym or people that are bodybuilding. So that's set number 1. And we're putting together 3 or 4 of those similar sets that are all full body movements, and they're all going to hit different parts of your entire body with each exercise, or upper body, lower body, core, like I said there at the beginning. So, and we're looking at 20 to 25 minutes max. You don't need to be doing workouts for 2.5 hours anymore. Not if you're looking to feel better, gain confidence, drop inches, see results. Much of that comes from in the kitchen and in your regular lifestyle, not just sitting in a gym for an hour or 2 hours a day.
We want to make this, or our goal is to make things doable, achievable. And I think that everybody could find 20 to 30 minutes in their day to fit in a fitness routine.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be, like, understand there's many different ways that you can get active and you can get out there and find mental clarity and exercise your heart and lungs. There's many things that you can do. This is just one of the things that we're recommending, and we're hoping that you might consider giving it a shot, because we've been doing this for years and we've seen all kinds of great results. So everyone is a bit different. Everyone sees results in a different way or another, but we feel like this is the best for the way we've been teaching and then for the clients that we've been working with. So that's why we wanted to recommend it to you and offer you the ability to give it a shot as well.
We do have a 10-day body blast challenge, which will give you 10 days of workouts designed by us in the way that Drew just explained. So if you're brand new or if you're not sure, then that is something that's available to you on our website for free. So you just go in and
just head over to trueformlife.com/Drew approved 10-day challenge, and it's going to take you right to it. Or on our main page on trueformlife.com, we have a link that'll take you there as well. So you're welcome to give that a shot and see what you think.
And another thing that's great about our workouts too is that you don't need a gym membership. You can do these workouts in your own home without any equipment. And again, like we said, you only need about 20-30 minutes. So it's fantastic.
And if you do have a gym membership, we actually just had someone sign up to our membership and they said, well, I actually have a gym membership, so I'm not really sure how much I'm going to be using your workouts. And we said, that's fantastic. Have you been to a gym before? And they're like, no, this is actually my first time. So we were like, perfect. What they can do is take our workouts with them. We create them in printable PDF format. And we also have video demonstrations as well. So you can actually, if you're not doing them at home, you can take your tablet or you can take your phone and watch us doing the workouts or do the workouts with us at the gym. So you know you have some dedicated time to go to the gym, do the workouts, or follow your printable PDF. So you know exactly what you're doing and you don't wander around the gym wondering what you're supposed to be doing and then leave after 20 minutes or 2 weeks of not being clear of how to put together a real program.
That's a great point, Drew, because a lot of us, especially women, I've been here myself, we lack the confidence when we walk into the gym and there's so much equipment. It can be so overwhelming. But when you have a plan when you enter the gym and you have a plan of what to do, all you have to do is execute the plan. You're good.
All right, that's going to wrap things up here, Dorothy. I just want to mention real quick, we have a few different tips that we had getting back to school. So make sure you come up with a plan. Make sure you're doing your meal prep like Dorothy was talking about. It's very important to do your grocery shopping, come up with a plan as a family, get the kids involved.
And remember to take it slow. Take it one step at a time, day by day, because when we incorporate everything all at one time, it can be very overwhelming and easier for us to get stressed and then revert back to old habits.
And lastly, let go of the guilt. And we don't want to give you a free pass because we want you to get in here and know school's starting. A lot of people are excited and motivated. So get in there, do what you have to do, make it happen day after day, step by step. Try not to let that excuse monster get in there and ruin your plans. But when it happens, because we all know what it's like to live this lifestyle, we go through ups and downs, we go through struggles, successes, and failures. Let go of the guilt and move on. Dorothy, thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure having you with us on the show.
Thanks, Drew. I always love coming on.
Trueform Life.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this edition of Exploring Mind and Body. Once again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you got some tips out of that show. And there's so much excitement here with the new year and the school, and kids are excited, and we're not really sure where to go sometimes. So hopefully that gave you an idea of how to get started and how to get going in the right direction. All past shows are going up on exploringmindandbody.com. So if you ever miss a show, you can always go back and listen to past shows there. We have done tons and tons of shows, over 400 shows, if you could imagine. We're still pushing forward. We're still doing our thing. We may have some news about a brand new podcast coming out soon as well. So I'm looking forward to sharing that news with you. We do have our monthly membership, as Dorothy was telling you about. If you're interested in group support, we offer 24/7 group support. We have other people in there as well that offer support as well, not just us as facilitators. We do meal planning, recipes, grocery shopping lists, at-home workouts, everything we talked about. to get you going in the right direction. And then we have more details at trueformlife.com. This is where we have everything that we do basically thrown up there for years. So you can check it out. Check us out. We have Complete Truth Protein. This is a smoothie supplement where you throw it in make a smoothie. You can bake with it. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, GMO-free. It's going to help improve your digestion and give you a natural boost of energy. We also have our TriMag product that we're super excited about. This is our newer magnesium supplement. We've been having all kinds of crazy, amazing reviews, from improved digestion to improved muscle soreness, as well, or less muscle soreness, I should say. So if you're interested in any of those details, trueformlife.com, our Facebook page, facebook.com, trueformlife. It's pretty active as well if you need a group community to help you out. Once again, thank you so much for being here. That's it. That's all I got. I'm out of here. As always, I'm your host, Drew Tadia, in health and fitness for a better world. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Exploring Mind and Body with Trueform Life's Drew Tadia, fitness expert. To find out more about the show, Drew Tadia, or to listen to past shows, visit exploringmindandbody.com.